Okay, so we're going to see the structure of the bone, the histological structure. Okay, so this is a bone model, and first let's start by the layer. So this layer, it's a membrane, it's called a periosteal membrane or periosteum. This is the compact bone, and this is the endosteum. So the cells of the bone are osteoblasts, which differentiate into osteocytes, and we have osteoclasts. And the osteocytes are represented in this model by these brown dots, and they are located in little gaps that are called the lacunae. And these lacunae can be seen like little gaps. Now the bones, they have the structural and functional unit that it is called the osteons. And then within the osteons we have these little gaps that are called central canals. Within the central canals we have the running of the central artery. And then these central canals are surrounded by concentric layers of these structures that we call the lamellae. So this is the circumferential lamellae, and they are being telescoped out so you can see them. So we have several of them surrounding the central canal. And then within these layers of circumferential lamellae, we have the osteocytes. And the circumferential lamellae is made out of calcium salts distributed within the organic matrix of the bone. So the inorganic matrix of the bone is made out of calcium phosphate salt and different types of salts of calcium. And the organic matrix is made out of collagen fibers. So the collagen fibers provide like a flexible structure so that the bones are a little bit flexible, and the inorganic ground or substance makes these bones to be a little bit harder. And then these collagen fibers, they are arranged in different manners as it's shown here in this part of the model, so that the stress forces for the bone can be resisted in different directions. So then this is the osteum. And then the osteocytes, they have a way to connect to each other through canaliculi that runs from this central canal to the sites, so that the cytoplasm of the osteocytes touch each other, and then they communicate the signals of forces or traction that it can happen within the bone. So also we have these canals through which the nutrient arteries runs through. So we have here nutrient foramina that makes this artery to run through the deeper tissue of the bone, so it can provide the blood supply to the different layers of osteocytes. Now if you see, so this is the lateral view of the model, which represents the longitudinal cut. This will represent the transverse or cross section. So in here we have this periosteal membrane that is attached to the compact bone, which is this layer. And then this periosteal membrane, it is attached to the compact bone by these fibers that are called the Charpais fibers. And also through this membrane, we have the different nerve fibers that provides actually sensitivity to the bone. So whenever we break a bone, these nerves makes this signal being known to the brain, to the central nervous system, so that we can feel pain. And then just next to the osteons, next to the, also to the periosteum, we have this lamellae, which is the interstitial lamellae, which you can also find in between the ostium. So we have here interstitial lamellae, and these are the circumferential lamellae. And here within the endosteum, which is where we have the bone marrow, we have these cavities. And these cavities are filled with the stem cells that produces the red blood cells and the white blood cells. So we have the hematopoietic stem cells, and once these hematopoietic stem cells produces the bone cell, the red blood cells or the white blood cells, they send them into the sinusoids that are located within these gaps of the bone marrow, so that our red blood cells and white blood cells can enter into the circulation. I think this is basically pretty much what we can see in this model. And these are the structures of the bone. Bye-bye.